Loving what is the equivalent to this. If you want somebody to change in a relationship, it's the equivalent to asking someone who's 5'5" and telling them to be 6 foot tall. Loving what is unconditionally loving someone as they are, exactly as they are, for who they are. And ultimately, in a relationship, when someone changes, and let's say you start evolving and you start changing and you expect the other person to change, stop right away. Stop before you even start. It is the definition of insanity, because you cannot make somebody change. If you want them to stop drinking and doing drugs, you are distracting yourself from your own healing and your own growth, hoping for somebody else to want to do it and to want to change. But you cannot make anybody do anything, and accepting of what is. And if you can't accept what is, you have to move on. It's just, there's no other option. You have 3 options in life, and it's accept what is exactly as it is, stay in the same cycle. You continue to do the same thing. You try to get them to change. You keep cycling, fighting, getting angry, and then you make up, and then they say they're going to change, and then they don't, and then they repeat the cycle again. That's option 1. Option 2 is 100% put everything down on yourself. Go to counseling, do the inner work, do your spiritual practices, start eating right, take your vitamins, get out in nature, join groups, meditations, like-minded souls that are into the same thing that you are. Maybe it's dance, maybe it's karate, maybe it's baseball, whatever that may be. Do you and focus 100% of your time on you, and then stay in the relationship if you want. See what happens. Maybe the other person sees a lot of changes and they're like, oh, you know what? This person's so happy. Maybe it makes your relationship worse. Who knows? But have no expectations. Just do you and focus on you. Third option is take a look in the mirror and really honor and see the work that you've put in, where you're at in your life, and then look at the partner and say, is this what I see for my future? I talk about decades. When you're in your last decade of life, what do you want to do? Do you want to go golfing? Do you want to go dancing? Do you want to travel the world? What do you need in order for you to be able to do that in hopes? You need a healthy body and mind, and you need to train for that. That includes dropping drugs and alcohol and different things. But you can't choose for someone else. They have to choose for themselves. And ultimately, with caregivers, I was a massive caregiver, still working through it, people pleasing, all of that, tend to want to help others to feel good. Because when you feel good, when I'm feeling amazing, of course, I want the world to feel the same way that I do. But it's so depleting, because you spend all of your time and energy, all of you caregivers, I've got so much compassion for you, because the illusion in your mind, since you were maybe a little girl or boy, you had a vision for your life, and you want so badly for that vision to come to fruition. You want that marriage to be successful. You want so badly for your partner to show up for you. And when they don't, it's crushing your fantasy, that illusion that you created. And that is going to keep that person never being able to appease you. It's never going to keep your relationship in a beautiful place, because you're constantly battling with somebody else who isn't on that path or isn't holding up to the illusion and the fantasy in your mind. So when you take off the rose-colored glasses and let go of your fantasy of what you envisioned and created for that person, and you zoom out and realize, oh my God, that was so manipulating. It's so controlling. We aren't here to tell other people what to do. We aren't here to control other people. We're here having our own human experience to learn and to grow. And these people, whether they're drug addicts or sex addicts or maybe abusers or whatever, they've been specifically put here for us to finally choose ourselves. This wasn't their lifetime to change. It was yours. It's for you. So knowing that there is no good and bad, when you actually zoom out of this earthly experience in what I call earth school, you will realize so quickly that that person was a contract put specifically in your path in hopes that you would wake up in this lifetime. And that's on you to do that. It's not on you to make them wake up. And this just isn't the lifetime for them to wake up. So Find the forgiveness. Yes, you're going to have to grieve the ending of a relationship just as somebody passes. We have to grieve the old version of ourselves. I have grieved myself time and time again. You know, even when we come to aging, anti-aging and being beautiful and the resistance that we have to wrinkles, and, you know, we do certain things to our skin or our face to be young and to hold on to that youth, but we're in denial. We're not accepting what is. Our bodies are inevitably going to start to age. And so the resistance of aging is going to make us feel ugly and not pretty and beautiful instead of just accepting what is. Yes, of course, I'm a huge condoner in celery juice, not drinking, and like doing what we can to stay youthful and having clean products, of course, but also accepting that things are changing. The old me is dying off. The new me is continuing to evolve every single day. We aren't creatures meant here to stay the same. We're meant to change. And that means relationships. And I know it sucks. And I know a lot of people don't want to accept it. They would rather stay in denial, in chaos, in cycles, in patterns, pushing, suppressing, feeling more and more out of control, ruminating more, getting sicker and sicker. It ends up killing you. You end up having dis-ease in the body, whether it's cancer or this or that. And this all rolls back to what I experience when I'm doing my volunteer work and I am companioning for beautiful people that are exiting in the hospice. They are reliving a life review of all the things that they wish they could have done differently, should have done differently, whether they smoked or did drugs or drank too much alcohol, or maybe they're riddled with cancer. Whatever that is, has been the best gift for me to think, how do I want to spend the last decade of my life? And today, at 37 years old, 38, I get to have that gift of what I consume today, the people that I hang around with, what I put in my body and on my body is all going to play a role of how long I'm going to be here for. And we stay in these toxic cycles in relationships for what? We're just here to learn. We're meant to change. We're meant to experience a different partner or a different boss. Like, look at your child. You can't go back to your kid when they were a newborn. They are constantly evolving. You can never go back there. You can spend all of your life in this present moment ruminating and wishing that they were that 2-year-old again, but that isn't the reality. Loving what is what is today, right now, in this moment. Today, this is how old you are. Today, this is the life that you have. But the gift is we have free will to choose. You can choose differently at any time. You can change your mind at any time. You are not stuck. You do not have to stay. You can decide for your own self, for your highest and best good. And is it selfish to choose you? Absolutely not. It is what we are meant to do. And when we choose ourselves and we become happy, we then heal the whole planet. Because when each person is happy and they look after their own selves and they're not holding responsibility outside of themselves for someone else, that ripple multiplies and sends a rippling effect. And what we heal in us, we're healing for our children so they don't have to heal that. And the fact of having a happy mom or a happy dad, living freely, unapologetically, not confined in a cage. We're not meant to be caged. We're meant to be free and to have fun and to laugh and to change and evolve. Best advice I could ever give you, one that I always am practicing. I am absolutely very far from perfect from understanding and doing this, is loving what is, because shit happens, life happens, loved ones die, and having to accept even a loved one's death is a grieving process and a mourning process. But the beautiful thing that I love to share is it's a new beginning for our loved one too. It's not the end. You will be with them again. So live out your best life. Live for them. Live with them in your heart while they get to experience and watch every step of the way with you, beside you, trying to give you signs and symbols for you to just enjoy life. It's just a blip in time. and it's so short. So live and choose you, and don't worry about everybody else and their opinions and what they're going to think. It's going to be okay. I promise. Sending so much love. That was 10 minutes and 33 of rant. And I hope you take a little piece of what I'm saying and bring it into your heart and just sit with it. Let it plant some seeds and think, like, who is distracting me from reaching my goals? Who am I trying to change? There's only one person that you need to change or try to change or work on, and that's yourself. Loving yourself today exactly as you are and the person that you are, because it's taken a long time for you to get to this point. And the versions of you in the past, the versions of me, I'm so grateful for, because they kept me going and they showed up to be who they were for me at that time until I was ready to evolve to the next level. Anyways, I'm done. I love you. Bye.